What's going on, everybody? This is Rio coming at you with another FSD video. This is 12.5.1.3. It's the latest version out there. I got the AI 4 or hardware 4 computer, and yeah, I've been driving around with this for the last few days. I've been super impressed. No issues, no interventions. One thing I've noticed is that this version of the FSD tends to drive a little slow, a little bit below the speed limit when the speed limit is a little higher, like it's 60 here. But I mean, that's a small thing, but it is a noticeable thing. But that's really been my only gripe with it so far. So I'm going to take this car ride. It's about a 10-minute drive, and we'll see how it does. Obviously, it's night, or basically becoming night. You know, kind of light traffic, but we'll see. There's some kind of interesting turns and things that the FSD is going to have to go through, so let's see how it handles it. One thing I did want to mention is that I was kind of reflecting earlier today, and I have to say that I've been really happy with my Tesla, just in general. You know, the constant software updates, obviously FSD is what I'm really into, and obviously I'm making videos and always enjoying the FSD updates. But I mean, UI updates, I got an update for my front lights. I got the matrix lights or whatever, and I got an update for that. There's just been a ton of things that have been really, really cool to see, and it does make a dramatic difference in you know, your usability, and the car's just constantly improving. And yeah, you know, it's just really cool. It's like a phone, right? It's like the Apple phone or Android. You get it and just keep constantly updates. And for people who watch my videos who maybe don't own a Tesla or don't have FSD yet, I strongly encourage you. I mean, it's like going from a flip phone to like an Apple. It's just like way better. It's just a way better driving experience. And you know, I do own an ICE vehicle as my second vehicle for the family, and that's mostly just basically for kind of a work purposes. But for most people, this is going to be a perfect driving experience, and you're going to be completely comfortable with this. You know, you just charge it at home. Most people don't drive 200, 300 miles per day. If you do, then yeah, maybe the Tesla isn't right for you. Okay, let's see. We're speeding up. We're slowing down. This is kind of a tough turn. I want to see how the car handles it. Pretty tight turn. All right. Doing good. Doing good. All right. All right. Perfect. Perfect. It crushed it. Crushed it. All right. Perfect. Okay. We got some cones that are coming up here. It's got to get over. How we doing? Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, so as you can see, it handles different obstacles very nicely. I mean, it's very human. It's very comfortable. So here's one thing, right? We're going 40. It's in a 45. And, you know, out where I live, people do drive fast. People do drive pretty aggressive. And when you go under the speed limit, people do get pretty pissed. Okay, so I'm going to press on the acceleration a little bit just to get us to 45, just out of courtesy for the other drivers. So I did that to get us to 45. Now we're cruising about 51. That's not bad. Okay, that's not bad at all. So there's been a lot of news about Tesla and Elon lately. I'll definitely just, maybe we could just discuss that a little bit, because I think it's relevant. So, number one, there's been some rumors that maybe Elon is selling some stock to prop up X. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have to say it's hovering right now. I mean, so this is August 15th, 2024, and the stock's, I think it closed to like 214 or something. So that's not bad after there was the big drop with the, you know, with the Japanese bank issue, you know, raising rates and all that stuff kind of blowing up. It's not bad, honestly. Stock's holding up pretty strong compared to the overall market, in my opinion. So that's really pretty irrelevant. I guess the sales, the insurance numbers, the sales in China are really strong this quarter. Still a little bit slower in Europe, but I think this is the first quarter of the year of 2024 where we're going to have more sales. At least it's tracking that way, where we're going to have more sales this quarter 2024 than in 2023. So I think that's a really good sign. That's a really good sign, because we've had 2 quarters that were down year over year, and obviously there's a lot of things going on with the economy, with high rates, and you know, there's a lot of things going on. I know car sales in general have kind of slumped a bit, but it still hasn't been good for the business. And you know, automobiles is a cyclical business. I mean, I think everybody kind of knows that, but still it hasn't been good. So we'll see, but I'm super excited about that, and I think that's a really good sign. I haven't made a video since Elon and Trump kind of did their X interview. I listened to the whole thing. I found it pretty interesting. You know, the two guys really could not be more different, right? Like, I mean, Elon, Silicon Valley, much younger, like very, in some ways you would say progressive, and you know, obviously they're both very outspoken. They're all obviously both kind of, you know, firebrands, but they're also very different. And I found the conversation to be pretty good, pretty interesting. And I think, you know, the effect that Elon has on Trump is very positive, right? Like, I think one issue you could say with Trump, among others, right? I know there's many others, but one of them is that, you know, he's 78, I believe, and he's a pretty old guy, and, you know, he's a boomer, and a lot of people in that generation have some fairly large blind spots with technology and some of the new things going on with the economy, right? So I think that having I think Elon having a good relationship with him, where they can discuss and talk about things, and Trump can lean on Elon, I think is really tremendous for America just in general. And then on the flip side, I actually do think in some ways, you know, Trump may be a good influence on Elon. I'm not sure about that. Maybe. I'm not really sure where I was going with that. But the car's handling the drive perfectly. Totally relaxed, making the turn, stopping at the lights. It's tremendous. I have to say, I've been driving FSD. I mean, I do it almost every day, but I have to say, over the last week or two, I mean, really since 12.5, I'm not sure if I've had any interventions. Honestly, I'm not really sure if I've had any interventions. And there almost never any safety interventions, but I'm not sure if I've had any interventions, period. Like, I just haven't had to intervene. I mean, it's just the car's just driven safely and effectively, and you know, sometimes there's weird things with the mapping, but I haven't even had any mapping issues in the last while, actually. So, okay, so we got a bumpy road. We're going up on train tracks. Then we got a yellow light here. This is definitely a little bit of a challenge, I would say. Okay, and then, okay, handled it pretty well, I would say. So yeah, I mean, if you're on the fence, you haven't got a Tesla yet, or you haven't, you know, the nice thing about FSD is you can just get the monthly, you can just pay for it monthly if you want to test it out. But I would highly recommend it. And you know, there's some times where I jump in my car and I'm just exhausted. You know, I'm just like tired or drowsy or whatever. And I have to say, on those days, the FSD is just like a lifesaver. I mean, not literally. I mean, I could drive. I'm not going to drive like if I can't stay awake, but it makes it a really, really nice drive. It makes it really nice, really easy. So, you know, again, I would just say 12.5.1.3 is really polished. It's really polished. It's really well done. I'm really impressed. And if they could get the speed limit thing on point, I think we're gonna have this completed. So I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna park here. But I just want to drop that video to you guys. If you like it, please like, please subscribe. I'm